But the more you know about your audience, the more you can direct your commentary to that audience. But
Right.
if you don't know the audience, you might as well put yourself on videotape and let them watch you that way. The beauty, and this is what I miss so much about doing lives.
Uh,
The beauty is that with a live audience, I like to hear them, see them, feel them,
yeah.
and react to them. The laughter, the hostility, even that charges me. I
Uh-huh.
know you can't stand that, but but I
It
just
makes it
love
more fun if it's not hostile against me. I know what you're saying, though. I think it's a different time. I'm going to be anxious to see what happens to speakers when this, if it ever comes back to a different
I
mode.
don't know when
Well,
I
I'm
don't.
speaking live soon, and so
Yeah,
I think that I'm seeing more of that. But I'm seeing more local things where I don't have to
that's
travel.
local. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
You
don't.
don't have to get on a plane to do that gig.
I
Which
Most of the ones like that ask me to speak right now, they're not local. I mean, they make me do that aren't local, make me do it through Zoom. And
that's what I mean. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But here's something live, and I'm interested in seeing how the setup goes with them. Will they be 6 feet apart? I mean, how is this going to even work?
That's a
Uh,
pretty big organization. So I will be interested to see how they run it. Every group is different of how they're handling this. And I'm doing several talks with one coming up with Thinkers 50 and some of that group. And they originally were hoping to do their big event live, but now they're doing it virtual. So I think a lot of the ones I'm doing with them will be virtual. I was looking forward to doing that in London. So
I know you were, but honey, I don't know when this. It almost sounds like we're looking forward to a fraternity. We have the Delta, we have the Lambda, we have
uh,
Gamma. I mean, what the heck is going on? And one
yeah,
one variant leaves and another variant comes in, and everybody's still fighting over vaccinations or non-vaccinations and booster shots and and masks, and they're still where they were about a year ago. So how much?
this might be the new norm, which is scary.
Well, that's what I'm suggesting. I
Yeah.
don't know. I hope I'm wrong, because I want to go back in public. I want to touch people
Well,
in
it's like
person.
before 9/11, you just eventually get used to having to go through security screening and things that you didn't used to have to do. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see.
When I
You get used
first
to the
started
masks and the things and I don't know.
when I first started on the talk show circuit, we went into the building, and I remember one time I was in a stretch. They sent a stretched limo out for me to do a Geraldo show, and I had my family with me. I said, "Come on, why don't you see all this?" And
Mhm.
they couldn't believe, and the people were lined up and whatever. Those days are over.
Yeah, yeah.
Those days are so over, because I remember specifically it was a Ricky Lake show. They were the first people who put in metal detectors.
Oh, really?
Suddenly,
Hmm.
the world had changed.
Yeah,
Audiences had to go
yeah.
through metal detectors. And I wonder now
Well,
if
high
this,
schools are doing that now. I mean, they didn't do that before. And, it's just getting to be a different
wow.
world, I think. But you got to learn to be adaptive to whatever it is. So I think everybody's trying to see what the new norm is going to be. I still think there's always going to be need for knowledge that we just got to figure out how we're going to share
Right.
that knowledge.
Well, my point here is that you just have to be able to, once again, style flex. You have to be able to style flex between being online or being in front of people, because being in front of people may evolve into simply one shot.
Mhm.
And if you don't make that killer shot and make your impression, you're not going to have another shot tomorrow at the water cooler. You are having that one shot to impress the hell out of the people who are in charge of your future.